stole his life, identity, and took his love.
I knew this for a long time, but when I heard Dame Dash that Jay wouldn't sign off on nothing, Jay wouldn't do this and Jay would that, because he couldn't let a Cameron blow up. He couldn't let.
Jay-Z didn't just build an empire. He systematically sabotaged Dame Dash and anyone who stood in his way to secure billions. Now, 50 Cent is pulling the curtain back on the ultimate hip-hop betrayal, exposing how industry giants were crushed by design.
800,000, or you lost 4 trials for 800,000. You can't say a man mismanaged his finances or his business acumen should be compromised because they're not getting paid. And it's not intentional. It's just, unfortunately, I haven't been focused on me for the last 10 years. I don't own anything, but my family's doing all right. But those calls are silly, but they're daily of stupid shit. I know I'm in the algorithm and it's cool. It doesn't really bother me, but I do want people to at least learn from my business acumen. Don't make my heaven look like hell because you're in hell.
I hear you. So you have an issue with the narrative that people is pushing, saying that Jay, he need to help you out and give you some money.
That was corny. What should he give me money for? Like, and when did I ask for him to give me any money? And why do I need any money from Jay-Z? I've been not trying to get no money with him, so why would I want to start getting money with him now? Not all money is good money to me. But like, because there's a lawsuit for 800 grand and because I owe 20 million in taxes? Like I said, until you pay 20 million in taxes, don't feel sorry for me. And if you do feel sorry, enough to say another man should send me something, Ray Daniels, because you my man, but you never called me and said, Dame, are you all right? Do you need anything? None of the people that have vocalized that another man, and to me, again, that whole conversation's a bit feminine. But if you're going to say some shit like that, you should have actually done something to help the problem. But I never got the call from Ray saying, do you need anything?
Which is why this doesn't stay at the surface.
It wasn't just bad business. It was a targeted hit. And that's where the bodies start piling up. What makes this theory interesting is how Dame Dash plays it cool on the surface. But the reality of his financial ruin points straight back to one man. Dame lost his empire, his artists, and millions of dollars right when Roc-A-Fella was supposed to be at its peak. While Dame was left fighting off lawsuits and tax debts, his former partner was building a billion-dollar brand and shutting him out completely. And that's where this ties back to the true cost of their breakup. It wasn't a natural parting of ways, it was a hostile takeover. Insiders are now whispering that the destruction of Dame Dash was entirely by design. A calculated move to secure total control without any loose ends. The playbook was ruthless, and Dame wasn't the only target on the list.
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list.
Listen to how Jaguar Wright exposes the exact strategy used to take him down. Notice how quickly the narrative shifts from bad business to something much darker. Jaguar Wright isn't just making wild claims, she is outlining a very specific pattern of destruction. Stealing someone's livelihood, identity, and love, those are heavy accusations that completely shatter the clean corporate image we see today. That's where things start to connect. Every time someone got too close to the throne or threatened the power structure, they were suddenly pushed out, silenced, or dismantled. And the craziest part? This wasn't a solo mission. To control the entire industry, you need powerful allies who are willing to play dirty and block everyone else from getting a seat at the table. It was a massive operation to crush competition from the inside out. Gene Deal explains exactly how this alliance was formed and how they locked down the entire coast. When you hear that...
When Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. You're not wrong.
He was
At
one.
the same time.
After that, he got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like fucking things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
You didn't see.
He deserved those.
I'm sitting there, it's like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. You're like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you niggas this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. He's just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation prayer. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out. What the fuck is that? Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
Oh, wow. So that's the deal he signed, huh?
Yeah,
that they had a literal assignment to destroy East Coast rap. Everything changes. Dame Dash was known for finding raw talent and bringing them up, but the power players couldn't allow new stars to steal the spotlight. They suffocated the market to keep all the wealth and influence flowing into their own pockets. What makes this theory interesting is how the industry rewarded this exact behavior. Instead of being called out for taking down their own team, the architects of this takeover were celebrated. They washed their hands, put on expensive suits, and rebranded themselves as untouchable business moguls. But 50 Cent sees right through the disguise. He knows that the shiny new reputation was bought and paid for, built on top of the careers they ruined. Watch how 50 breaks down the exact moment the gangster image magically turned into high society royalty.
Everyone be clear, no one's scared of 50 Cent.
At that point, his safe presentation, even the glasses, what the glasses represent? Intelligence, right? A nerd, maybe? What are some of the things that come along with you being a nerd? Like, don't hit a guy before He's not identifying with the transition and difference and the perception of Jay-Z. Now he's really safe, and people feel comfortable with him because they know he's not going to do anything inappropriate or try not to. Meanwhile, when he's saying he's not afraid of 50 Cent, why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z? In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records, plural, 2 of them sold 5 million. You know, so it's a huge difference in who we are with each other. And that.
The way 50 laughs about the trophies tells you everything you need to know. He is openly mocking the idea that this newfound success was purely based on talent. The marriage, the awards, the sudden shift to high society, it was a massive PR shield designed to make everyone forget how guys like Dame Dash were left with absolutely nothing. And that's where this ties back to 50's refusal to play along. The industry expects everyone to bow down to this manufactured royalty, but 50 isn't buying the fake boss routine. He knows the difference between a real threat and a guy who just wears a nice suit to hide his past. The fear tactics that worked so well on other artists completely fall apart when they go up against him. Listen to 50 explain exactly why nobody is actually scared.
The statement was, if you really believe this happened, then press criminal charges. He said, pull up.
But I don't think that was...
Tell me.
Okay, look. Because of the statute of limitation, there is
there is no criminal. So it's a
so making a statement is to make people feel like.
But apparently, if she's under 18, didn't you say it still could be criminal? Yeah. He knows he's fed.
He used to be a cop. So you turned him into a cop. He used to sell drugs and then he became a police officer. Did you know that?
You say, how to rob.
He glorified security. But you know what he would do? When they would arrest G-Unit guys, he would be like, yes. And he was in the court guilty.
Every time.
Nah. He did it.
I was actually the cool one. I'll give you the extra fucking cheese sandwiches and shit like that. I'll be looking out.
Take care of the family.
Hey, you know, I don't know, man. I think, what's the name? I get confused too. When you look at this shit, it's a lot. It's a lot of confusing information, right? But I think when you do point out that, why didn't you file criminal cases? Because you can't.
It is wild to hear him say that out loud, claiming the safe, smart image is just a disguise for a guy who couldn't intimidate anyone in the real world. 50 is stripping away decades of careful branding in just a few sentences. What makes this theory interesting is that the lack of fear might be the very reason why the sabotage had to happen behind closed doors. If you can't beat someone face-to-face, you use lawyers, contracts, and quiet industry maneuvers to take them down. But there's an even darker rumor floating around about how these power plays were executed without any legal consequences. Some people believe the immunity wasn't just good luck, it was an arrangement. 50 drops a major clue about why certain people never seem to catch a case. Here is his reaction to the threat of pressing charges. Calling him a literal federal agent changes.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy.
I don't know. That was a real suburb question.
Yeah, I know, right? Proximity.
And the proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I learned that.
Do you think he fucking knew all of the shit that was going on? Then that was like a...
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it...
Like I said...
No matter how you answer that shit, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of question. Yeah.
You asked the question like a fan.
Hey, I grew up with white people, but one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, it wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Chemin de Bois.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Chemin de Bois.
Because I know Branson.
Yeah.
That's the one I pronounce.
Branson. That's the Branson lifestyle. You're going to be outside.
Biff, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real or not.
I took a pill. But it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drug. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she could remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work? Did it work?
What the fuck? This is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. Well, I don't know why it's so hard for people
So
just
for
to
people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too.
The entire conversation. If 50 is right, and there was active cooperation with the authorities to stay out of trouble, it explains why everyone else went down while the top bosses stayed untouched. That's where things start to connect with the biggest scandal in the industry right now. When you have that level of protection, you can operate with total confidence, knowing your closest allies are also untouchable. For years, the public ignored the friendships that tied these massive empires together. But when the walls start closing in, proximity becomes a very dangerous thing. You can't spend decades partying, making deals, and sharing power without knowing exactly what is happening behind the scenes. 50 knows the silence is intentional, and he isn't letting anyone slide. Check out how he questions the so-called ignorance about the dark stuff.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is.
So why?
50's joke cuts straight through the tension, but the underlying message is dead serious. He is pointing out the absolute hypocrisy of claiming ignorance. You don't spend years at the top, sharing the same inner circles without seeing the dirt, and that's where this ties back to the victims who were silenced along the way. While the public was distracted by hit records and shiny music videos, the people who actually helped build these empires were systematically removed and replaced. The damage wasn't just financial, it ruined lives. Now that the cracks are showing, the people who were pushed out are finally stepping up to the microphone. The anger is raw, and the accusations are getting louder by the day. Jaguar Wright doesn't hold back at all. Listen to her drop the hammer on the true legacy being left behind.
This is people that are looking on the separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
So by you, you're good, bro. You're fucking good.
Yeah.
He's protecting hip-hop.
Yeah.
If you don't speak out and make them the weirdos, then they're going to think everybody's
Every
like
single
that.
person is like that involved in hip-hop culture.
Makes you think, did Jay do it?
Shut up. He's in trouble.
God, we live in New York, bro.
No.
We live here.
No, free Jay-Z.
I'm just saying.
Shout out Mufasa. We all gonna go and support. Yo, we can all see. You are crazy. That was the craziest thing. I literally.
What's the lady at Rock Nation? I gotta send her that.
You don't feel like that happened the same day, bro. What's the day came out the day before, the next day
I was eating Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm eating Raisin Bran. I got my daughter in my arm. I'm scrolling, right? I see somebody screenshot your shit. Is Jay and the whole family at the Mufasa Fair? And then the comment is 50 said, Jay said, they said I a 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now. I just think it was a good look, like angling yourself as
a family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
that
bro.
was planned already. I'm pretty
bro. And I realized that later, but I'm just saying to you, I haven't seen him in a long time. That's all I'm saying. When I hadn't seen him in a long time, and then I heard this shit, and then I looked and I saw Mufasa, I said, whoa. That's all that fucking happened, bro. You think this is at my phone? This is my phone. This is happening at real time. I'm going, yo. He said, yo.
You just gotta say everyone gets these jokes, bro. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, no.
Rappers, listen, comedians are new rappers, bro. That's
why
the
do
thing.
people come to my page, bro?
That's true.
I know what I'm saying.
You know what they're saying?
That is true.
Well, you don't think you're gonna happen next?
And that silent mind. Calling him a street star with that level of venom shows exactly how the industry insiders truly feel when the cameras are turned off. The respect is completely gone, replaced by pure disgust. What makes this theory interesting is the timing of it all. For decades, nobody dared to speak these names in a negative light. The power structure was simply too strong, and the consequences for stepping out of line were total career sabotage. Just ask Dame Dash. But the shield is finally breaking. The dominoes are falling, and the public is starting to realize that the fall of one industry giant is just the beginning of a much larger cleanup. The internet is already making lists, and the paranoia inside the VIP rooms is at an all-time high. Everyone is asking the exact same question right now. Just listen to this prediction. The acceptable monster, that phrase alone is chilling. It implies that the industry needs a scapegoat to take the fall, so the rest of the board members can keep counting their millions in peace. That's where things start to connect back to the desperate need for a clean, family-friendly image. When the heat gets turned up, the first instinct is to hide behind a wholesome PR campaign to prove you're nothing like the guys getting locked up. Suddenly, everyone wants to be seen at family movie premieres, completely avoiding the dark reality of what is happening to their former friends. 50 Cent watches these transparent moves and just laughs. He knows the scramble for a clean reputation is the ultimate sign of panic. Watch how 50 absolutely roasts the sudden attempt to play the perfect family man while the industry burns. The rush to the Mufasa premiere might just be a funny observation to 50, but it perfectly sums up the entire game. When the empire is under threat, you put on a smile and pretend nothing is wrong. But the wreckage left behind, from Dame Dash losing his millions to entire careers being permanently erased, cannot be hidden forever. The truth is finally bleeding out, and no amount of PR or money can stop the flood once the dam breaks. So what do you think? Was Dame Dash the victim of a calculated industry hit? Or did he just lose the game of business? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the shadows of the industry.